back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hot Hub TI machine here, powered by Beyond the Summit. We have back in our den Charlie Lacoste and, of course, Capitalist here. Gentlemen, welcome back. We're getting into...
Hey.
Hey, Batch.
Hey, Bimbo.
Welcome back to Game 2, guys. I know we're all getting really giggly and excited about it. We have DC up first game with the power of Quap. Now we got to see what Planet Odd are going to be doing to round things back again. And wow, already coming in this draft, a little bit of a change up here as DC are going to be going for a first pick Bat Rider.
What?
And then the Wisp, and okay.
Get me out.
DC are like, we got a good thing going game 1. Why don't we just change it up for game 2 and keep them thinking?
All right, a lot of at stakes for both teams. We see they're making a lot of mistakes. And all these games, no one wants to force anything, so the games last longer. And there goes the Alk pick, so pretty much, I don't know, I expected it to come.
You expected an Alk pick to come?
No, because you saw the games. We had 2 hours and 20-minute game.
Okay.
One lasted for
so
almost 2 hours.
Alluding to the idea that Dota in general just might be getting a bit longer. Games
No,
are average are getting
it's
longer?
just here because teams don't want to fight because it's so much at stake.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So playing with a hero like Alk will give you that super ultra late game after 2 hours, I guess.
And then on the Planet Odd side, we got the Moon Meander, Nature's Prophet. Aggressive, right?
Hey, could be stealing something from MP. Safe lane. Nature's Prophet.
It's not really a... You don't see resolution playing.
Can't hear you,
Charlie.
Charlie.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
All right,
we're gonna have to give
production.
you unmute powers. Boom. Try now.
Planet Odd.
Test.
No. Planet Odd yesterday
Powers suck.
My powers
played
just
that
as bad.
Nature's Prophet against NP. I guess you can't use NP against MP, but still.
Make sure you're plugged in first, I guess.
Maybe that's one of the reasons they lost, but I didn't feel much impact from Moon on that Nature's Prophet.
Uh-oh. Our draft has crashed, apparently, so we'll wait for the comeback. I didn't see any new pickups there.
Yeah.
was also-
Show it to us, Charlie.
It was also an intriguing, like, lead-in ban there from the DC side.
Yeah, I saw
Early
Naga
ban,
Siren.
Naga
ban.
Siren ban, too. Alk and Naga, they're just like, we're going to get rid of a little bit of this terrible cancerous pick and pick up one of our own.
I mean, what you were saying, Lacoste, does kind of make sense. If the game's going to go late, let's take something that will kind of abuse that. But I'm not sure how they knew to ban Naga Siren in that case, you know?
Well,
Do you think it's just that the pressure of these games, it's like sometimes players are going to resort to
well, you
Naga
can
Alk
see
to get a
in
win?
every other tournament how teams usually play, and when they get into the semifinals or just finals, they play more cautious. There's a lot of kills early game. It happens all the time.
Who's that weird guy on the set? Get him out of here. Who are you?
It's a good
Stop
gu-
playing with
good
our
guy,
shit!
Eric.
Oh, that's Eric, by the way.
It's
He
some
works,
awesome
here.
jokes always.
AKA Big Papa Chop. He's going to fix Charlie's sound problem here. But, guys, we got more picks coming out. These ones are feeling a bit more traditional. We started off with a nice bit of spiciness there, but as we go into our second phase, DC themselves are going to be picking up the Rubik, and they kind of secure things for the follow-up Enigma grab here. So, team fight going to be coming out.
We got Bat Rider and Enigma on the same team. They both.
Enigma
Ooh.
or position 4 Batrider or
Middle
Jungle
Does
Enigma.
Bulba play Bat Rider?
Bulba
as a
does.
support?
He played it as an offlane.
He said he played it as offlane. Sorry, you're muted still.
Am I
Translate
still
for you.
muted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, yes, he has played it as offlane, so I imagine that he does play it as support as well. Well, one of them's got to be support, and I've seen Bulba play both these heroes, so I
mean,
don't know
Bulba's
if
been
I'm.
in the game forever. He's played almost, I'd imagine at some point, every hero. He's just got to.
He's also played Rubik before
Yeah.
too.
I mean, he's got that kind of brain power. Some people say it's like a Dota savant kind of a thing, but he could just quickly pull out games in the past. Like, oh yeah, in that Canada Cup Grand Final game too, we had to go like this and stuff. So I'm sure if he has to whip out an old hero, he can do it too.
Am I still
They're
muted?
By
like
the
a
way,
dig-
apparently they can hear you and we just can't hear.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so I'm good.
you're
Yeah.
apparently you're
Alright.
good. So
The lineup is kind of reminiscent of something. I don't know what it is.
Planet Odd.
That's great
look at-
analysis.
look at their
Reminiscent
heroes.
of something.
oh.
This
This
is a
is-
strong frontliner, but
This
other
is TI3
3 heroes
Alliance.
plus Puck.
Dude, this is TI3 Alliance.
Which one?
Planet Odd.
Was it CM or was it
They didn't
something
have
else?
Crystal Maiden, did they?
I don't know if it was Crystal Maiden, but I mean, this is pretty damn close.
Stolen
What about the other
strats.
lineup? Oh, TA. Abed TA, final pickup.
I don't know what that's reminiscent of, but dude, that's TI3 Alliance right there. CK Wisp.
Does
Puck.
look like it.
I don't remember.
I don't
what
think
the
it was
last one.
CM. I think it was something else.
But that's, dude. What is this entire draft is
Are
actually
you saying
so
that they're
weird.
stealing strats or something?
No, I'm just saying. Look, this entire draft is so weird.
Why?
Because
Because
it
we
makes no
haven't-
sense.
We haven't seen, like, most of these heroes, and we haven't seen them together necessarily. Alchemist is new. Batrider. You have
Looks
a
like
Batrider
a-
and an Enigma. Now you have a CK.
I mean, it looks like a championship-winning lineup to me, to be honest.
Yeah, but you have Wisp, Nature's Prophet, and Crystal Maiden, Wisp. These three heroes, when you throw any spells on them, they just run. Pretty squishy heroes, all three of them.
Hmm.
They also don't have a great way to deal with CK illusions here. Just gotta hope you black hole all of them.
Yeah, and they have nothing to stop a black hole. Never bet against Enigma.
Well, by the way, gentlemen, that was actually the TI3 Grand Final draft.
So it
Championship
was
winning
actually
You were
draft
right.
team,
Yeah,
Dakota.
you were right. Well played. Well
Good
played.
job, Charlie.
Cav and I both had to hide our screens up here and tried to finagle our way through. Did you not notice that? That was the TI3 Grand Final Game 5 draft from both sides. Navi
Now
were
we
on
have
the
a
left.
real draft.
Navi was on the left.
Oh,
Alliance
okay.
was on the
Scrolled
right. Did you not notice the Navi one too?
No,
Batrider,
I was focusing on the Alliance
Enigma.
one, and I didn't
I
think
knew
it
there was okay.
CM.
So there was something
No,
wrong
the
with it. We got
four
fucked.
other ones
All
were.
right.
Good Charlie. Charlie tuned into it. He saw it there a bit.
When I said it was vaguely reminiscent of something, I couldn't put my finger on it.
Dude, I was dealing with my sound issues. I was like,
That was
half
good
tuned in.
distraction.
Sick troll boy.
So yeah, again, that was not the real draft. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the actual draft of game number 2, Digital Chaos versus Planet Odd. Do get to see a puck still, but we see DC open up with a Shadow Shaman and Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin, who feels like a 4-position MVP at this part of the tournament, will definitely limit a lot of the options for Planet Odd now, as far as hero pickups.
Shadow Shaman does pretty well versus Puck, right?
Yes.
The shackles and
Yeah.
If it's an offlane puck, you zone that hero really easily because you
Yeah.
have insane
And
base
it's
damage
gonna be an
now.
offlane.
so I
Puck,
think that's
probably.
what like DC, they're like, we want to make sure that this is a Weehawk puck, and if it's not, it's just gonna have a terrible time.
Yeah, the puck does get the draw aura here, but even then, dude, Shadow Shaman's base damage is so high now. I don't even think puck can trade that effectively, especially if a safe laner comes in and helps.
And you still have shackles, which is 110 damage, something like that, holding time and stuff. So that's still more than the orb's going to be able to do. I think in the man fight, Shadow Shaman still wins.
We have uncontrollable damage. We have unhealable damage, and we have
Intolerable damage.
untrollable person Charlie.
Untrollable.
Untrollable.
I guess the Drow Ranger, like this early, isn't kind of just showing your whole game plan since they already picked the support staff, or is there still a bit of a dark side to having to commit to your Drow pick this early on?
I mean, we saw Freedom lose this really badly.
Yeah,
in
they
their
had the same
tiebreaker.
opening, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. It's kind of a question between, did they show the Drow too early? Is Drow a Yawar kind of a pickup for him or not?
You need a hero to get next to the Drow to remove the damage from the aura.
There are a lot of Drow Ranger counters.
Yes. PA is an option. What else we got?
You get like
Weaver?
an Ember Spirit this game if they want to, but it's versus a Puck with Drow Ranger Aura, so maybe not.
Pretty much anything that can close the gap between Drow, any melee hero, Sven.
M-God, Sven again. Ursa.
I like that Weaver call, Mason Weaver. Still a thing too. But we're moving into some bans. They banned out that Nature's Prophet and the Batrider. I mean, how far were we from what's relevant, you know?
What about support Weaver for Planet Odd with that Drow Ranger, position 4?
I think you have to
I
ban
love that.
Templar Assassin if you're Planet Odd here. TA versus a Puck and a Drill Ranger.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, Puck does well early against TA. First few levels, 3-4 levels, then TA just farms because you can't remove the first spell.
What about Venomancer for DC? They already committed Shadow Shaman. We've seen the Serpent strat in the past. Is Venomancer kind
Usually-
of awkward going against the Drow Ranger, though?
Oh, that's well, maybe if Mr. Potter joins Slytherin and then they take the Snake strat, Shadow Shaman and Veno.
That's an interesting question. What house do you think Bulbo belongs to?
Slytherin.
It's either that or Hufflepuff.
It's
Oh,
either that or Hufflepuff for sure, yes. But I don't think he has that lighter side to his nature as much.
He
for
gave me a
Hufflepuff.
compliment.
so
one
I
time.
think, you know what I think it is? I think Bulba goes up to the sorting hat, he puts it on, and you know, he's just like Harry. He gets the choice.
Yeah, yeah.
Are
he
you
would.
Hufflepuff or Slytherin? And Bulba gets to decide.
Oh, God.
The old trusty Legion Commander going to be the third pickup here for DC, and
Another
likely
gap
for a
closer
pick.
and lockdown hero versus Puck.
Yeah, good against
Uh,
Dro as well.
Purges off silence.
When did
NP
it-
had this.
When did we start using gap closer as a term?
Power word.
Yeah.
That's been around for a while.
Usually, like, it's just a caster hears it somewhat. Like, for example, Blitz was the one who brought in win conditions because he stole it from Hearthstone, right? It was just like a good buzzword that described what you wanted to say.
I don't remember when
So-
it came in.
I mean, what else would you say instead of gap closing?
I don't know. I'm just asking the question.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just
I'm not
curious. If
saying
you
I
know
have
something
a-
better, we can try to innovate
I have
here.
a different word.
What's your
Okay.
word?
What's your word? What's the
I
Croatian
just,
word?
I just said gap before, so
Oh.
Mind the gap.
Yep.
GG.
So this is interesting. Planet Odd picks up a Warlock, and that's against the Legion Commander. It's traditionally not a very good matchup, like not a very good hero to zone out Legion.
withdraw aura might be have
Might
that
be-
extra damage.
Might be okay, but you know, at the end of the day, he still queues off. It's not Q, it's W, right? I use
Yeah.
legacy keys, so
You're
Well,
so cool.
W is in the legacy and in the QW keys.
But yes, we
Shadow
pressed the
word.
attack.
you press the attack off.
Right. Gyrocopter now picked up. I still think TA is pretty good, but this also means that, like, for example, Invoker is a potential pickup. I think Gyrocopter and Invoker works very well together. You have the synergy of Alacrity and Flat Cannon, obviously.
Plus,
but I
press
think
the attack. You just shoot flat cannon in 1 second.
Yeah. But
You're
I also
done.
think Gyrocopter as a hero, like where he's strongest, fills in this awkward timing for Invoker. You know, like 25 minutes, he's still working. Like he has his Midas and he's working towards Aghanim Scepter. Like that's where towers just start dropping because you
Oh,
don't have a
that's-
mid laner that stops and
Yeah,
actually fights.
That's a good suggestion, Cap. Even if they don't pick it, Shadow Shaman with Forward Spirits. Also, you have Nyx Assassin with the Sunstrike, can pretty much kill anyone. Also, you have Duel with the Sunstrike for that extra damage. Rocket into Sunstrike, whatever.
Is there any chance? Has Moon ever played Puck in the off lane and Odd get something else for the mid lane, or even get the Invoker or something like that for themselves?
The option's still open, which they like right now.
Either way, they've kind of covered their bases, right? They have Shadow Shaman against offlane Puck, and they have Nyx Assassin as a support that will stand in the mid lane
That's true.
and deal a lot of damage to
Yeah,
the
so
I
Puck.
don't want Invoker next, yeah.
They just pick
So-
Misery's hero here.
Schlada. Okay.
Another Slytherin.
Yes, it
A
is.
Slytherin Slardar.
He's a Slytherin. Slytherin race.
He's a slithering Slytherin from in Slytherin.
Ooh.
5 seconds remaining.
And looks like potentially just the mid laners left for both teams, if that is an offlane Puck. What does DC need? I do like the Invoker synergy a lot, but it can be very matchup dependent, right?
They did take the liberty of banning out the Lina already, though, so it would have been one decent option to have against the Invoker. After that, I don't know, maybe they ban out Quap. Okay, leaves out, you know, got ODs still out there, that Invoker's still out there.
Odd potentially can take TA themselves,
Yeah, that's true.
but it's a little rough against Fleck. Or not Flat Cannon, Rocket Barrage.
10 seconds remaining.
No, you don't want to OD. They have Nyx Assassin. TA gets banned.
Radiant team pick.
Alright, Planet Odd, you gotta reveal first.
Oh, the Wii Ranger.
What?
Wii
Yes,
Ranger.
we were talking about yesterday. Who said it that Wind Ranger is a weaker hero than a Bane? Probably.
What?
Who was it? Grant. I was with a Grant and
Might have been Grant.
yeah, probably.
We'll just blame Grant since he's not here. But it's a win. I don't know if he meant a Wind Ranger, a mid lane Wind Ranger. He might have meant
I mean,
like a cheeky
he's-
support Wind Ranger or something
She's
like
still
that.
decent as a position 4. It can work.
But here it is going to be in the mid lane, likely.
Yes.
Has the Drow aura on top of it.
It's got a lot of synergy with the amp from the Slardar as well.
Fatal bonds and just ulti 1. Everyone gets a lot of damage from it.
You
I've
force your opponent to get like an MKB or some way to deal with the evasion. So it's kind of an infuriating hero in that way.
I almost think you have to. You have to do like an invoker, sniper, something like that.
Ember Spirit.
Ember.
Ember again, huh? We've seen like 3 Ember games already today.
I don't know how much I like this. This is like 2 silences. There's a lot of disable and lockdown for the Ember. I don't even. How much do you think that matchup is like the Ember against the Wind
I
Ranger?
don't think
you,
it's good.
huh?
I don't think it's good for Ember.
Yeah, especially
This
with
with
Drow
aura, yeah.
Because it's basically like, it's the same thing as a puck, right? You have a nuke to be able to remove the Flame Guard early. It's not a threat. You've got a lot of harassment damage from your right clicks that are going to be coming in. You've got an escape mechanism, so Ember Spirit can't really put a whole lot of pressure on you.
Yeah. And I feel like so usually it's a dual lane now, mid. Slardar versus Nyx. I like the Slardar better, early levels.
Yeah, and Stardar's a better support mid than he normally would be because he's facing up against a melee core as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, plus he has Draw Ranger aura.
True is a melee hero.
Yeah.
Good call. Wait, we trolled you, now you're trying to see if you can put one over on us?
A little bit. We need to get back to that as well.
So the question is, do you like this draft better or the TI3 Grand Final draft better?
Well, I said what I thought about that it's a garbage. What having CM, Wisp, and Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, how times have changed, right? That
Yeah.
light, that light looks so garbage
It's
now.
so bad.
I mean, that's a Wisp that could stun. That's a, those are like almost different heroes than they are now for some of them. But we got into it now, gentlemen. Our game is loading underway. It's game number 2 of Digital Chaos versus Planet Odd. In your winner bracket, winner moves on into the semifinals to face Team Freedom. As we saw earlier today, take down Complexity 2-0. So they're looking like the big boys on the block coming out of that group stage. Nearly on top, only Team NP just etching things out and earning that direct invite to Seattle. Now these teams are battling it out for the one other spot.
Yeah, during that fake draft, we saw Alk being picked, but I still think some of the teams will pick it, even though it's nerfed a lot, especially because of the illusions and the tower damage and the gold they give.
Teams will start getting greedier.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I agree.
Well,
But this draft is certainly not greedy at all. This is Draw Ranger push lineup into. I mean, what I like about the Ember Spirit is that it fights, right? Is that any of the other mids, like you would have just had to accept that you're just going to get run over for the most part, or you're going to pull out some miracle 4 versus 5s.
it's also a hero that gets on top of the draw.
Yeah. So, like, you can actually fight into Planet Odd's lineup when they go for these towers. And again, that's the mantra. If you stop a Draw Ranger lineup from pushing towers, you've won the game.
So it's actually Puck on mid, and Moon is playing Wind Ranger.
Nice.
Offlane Wind Ranger.
Ooh. Okay.
That's been, what was that, maybe
A while.
3-4 years ago, something?
That was TI2-ish,
Yeah, that's
Light of
back
Heaven.
when I played. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, we'll have to see how it fares. She does have that ridiculously long power shot now to be able to at least snipe some farm for herself. But it looks like Misery's going to help block for now. We'll see if he decides to hang here or join Weeha in the mid lane.
I love NA. Actually played the Wind Ranger in a pub in NA, and these guys, why did you pick Windrunner? That's the most garbage hero in the game, going off lane. I didn't even pick it, I ran them, so I went to jungle with Iron Talon.
Okay, I thought that was
Jesus
gonna
Christ. I don't see much wrong with your NA pubs right now. I'm pretty sure they're
I'm
reacting
the reason.
exactly the way they should have, Lacoste. Good lord.
I thought that was gonna be
Cool story,
relevant
bro.
somehow.
Yeah, I thought this was going to make these idiots look bad for some
Well,
reason,
if you
but really
think,
just makes Lacoste look bad.
If you think you can be stupid, trust me, I can be more than you. Especially if I feel threatened.
It's your defensive mechanism.
Is that your defense?
Yeah.
mechanism?
Don't
Stupidity?
question my stupidity.
Don't
guys.
ask,
What's
don't ask
happening
about
right
his
now?
mating call. It's even worse.
Oh, God.
Top lane, this Misery Moon duo is certainly putting on a bit of pressure here to Mason right now. Misery's trying his best to hide within the trees and will try to even go for an attempted pull, but Bulba's now rotated over from that mid lane after adding the pressure there. Could only get one of the creeps' attention, and will try to interfere with all the other. Now Bulba's shown up. They'll take the advantage in numbers for now, but not before Bulba eats a stun. And a little bit of poking damage here. What's happening down here and below? Forev in a 2v1 with Sox on Resolution, but as you were saying in the draft, this is a Warlock with the Drow Aura. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a little bit more painful for the Legion Commander to deal with. Still has plenty of regen to go through, though.
They shouldn't be able to zone him out, and he should still be able to get his farm. Like, Forev, this is a pretty good lane for you. I want to see you show up this game, buddy.
Well, if Drow gets level 2 Frost Arrows on level 3, it's a lot of value for extra harassment. We'll see what he gets. If he wants to boost other people's damage on the other lanes, or, I mean, you can go for a silence if you want to get a kill, but I don't think that's the right build. Just not LC being able to press the attack.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if his 2v1 is actually still worse than
Dubu?
the
Oh.
2v3 at top. Because Moon Meander and Misery's lane is really good. With this Drow Ranger aura.
Yeah.
And I love the build on Wind Ranger.
They see the rotation coming in, and Misery is the
Oh.
bodyguard and just
No.
swarms on
Dubu?
in.
He's shackled. He stopped his shackle.
Well,
Why?
It
what's
was the
happening?
0.01 second shackle.
Yeah, that's even less when Bane uses ultimate.
Well, that was very unfortunate. Perhaps a missed kill there is.
Well, that lane's not going to get any
he's level
easier
4
now.
on that Legion.
Dang.
With
Dun,
Orb of
dun,
Venom.
dun.
He can score an easy kill on the bottom lane, actually.
Might see Bulba rotate down and help out. Oh, he's going to go and harass Weehaw a little bit.
Good try. Weehaw. Trying to dodge mana burn. Don't think it works.
Yeah.
Misery's happy to rotate over Mirror Bulba, at least for that time, but now is going to be heading all the way back up to join the side of Moon once more. Bulba grabs the bounty, and we'll see if he joins Forev in the bottom lane for a potential kill setup now that Forev is getting a lot of good farm down there. Looks like that will be the case. Well, they'll leave Dubu and Mason up here. Uh-oh. Soxa heading through the river. Thank God they put in that staircase. They'll be able to walk up and away from trouble.
Abed picks up a double damage. and he's
Oh,
up.
Dubu is in trouble.
Yes, he is. Misery. Oh, might be able to stalk him here. Waiting to get close enough to go for the crush. Pumps fakes it once. We'll get the second one. Power shot. Goes to the shackle. Mason's like, I mean, you're dead, I guess. Tries to go
Even
in for
gave
a
him
bit.
first blood.
Tries to go in for rocket barrage, but
Good guy, Misery.
and Misery hands over the first blood to Moon.
Yeah, if they can get early phase boots on Wind Ranger, whew, this lane's over. Just rotate out, I think. Oh yeah, they're doing it. Dubu and Bulba are gonna go for a 2-man smoke gank on mid or something. Maybe even wrap behind the Wind Ranger top.
Sure, he needs to. Dubu needs to be with somebody. There ain't not anything he's doing on his own except for feeding.
Yeah, he's gotta hold hands.
What is the move speed on that wheelchair hero?
On
With boots
Slightly better
Then
than
Crystal Maiden.
Crystal
right.
Maiden. Yeah.
on their way into the lane is when both Moon and Misery take their exit, so maybe Dubu could use the rest of the smoke to perch up inside these trees and wait for the approach of Moon once again. It looks like he's now just made his return. That's when Dubu steps in. Will be able to get off at least one auto attack. Then the shackle. Bulba waits, times out the stun. That with the rocket barrage, but the creeps come out, and Moon's going to be able to win, run away.
He wished he had Hex there. He
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to use Magic Wand, and that level 1 Ether Shock doesn't deal much damage.
Decent damage coming out from Abed onto Wii, but that's when Misery comes in from behind. Lands up the stun, but Abed will step off. He's got the raindrop still, has a bottle to charge up with.
Oh, what?
Step in coil to cancel out the TP?
Yeah, there's no mana region, bottle region for him.
Ah,
He wanted
Bulba.
to TP back with the Remnant.
His support swarm in to cover the 6-minute rune too.
Very important.
But he will, or at least should, be able to get some sort of salvation in at least the bounty rune. That's not much.
6 gold.
Bulba takes
He
it.
doesn't even try.
So a bit awkward right now for Abed in the lane. I'll just step back in with empty bottle and maybe wait. I was going to see if Bulba went all the way home and then would TP back in, but looks like he'll set all the way up top. Abed is seriously under pressure here from Wii. Continues to push these orbs forward.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, the Legion Commander is such a good lane, but it's actually the Wind Ranger's lane that's still better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the Warlock is leaving a lot of XP to that Drow.
The Drow Ranger,
Yeah, what level is
and
she?
you can't leave the Gyrocopter fully alone, right? Because he'll just get harassed by
Yeah,
the Wind Ranger.
Phase Boots, Wind Ranger.
Yeah, it doesn't help that. I mean, Moon probably should have died maybe once or twice already if Dubu didn't cancel those shackles.
So Moon is able to kind of live through that laning phase a bit and now get to a point when he could contest the Gyrocopter, and DC are going to be in a bit of an awkward spot. Frev through this bottom lane though gets a nice creep pull that he'll take up towards the shrine, it looks like. Sox is able to still leech a lot of the XP, and Resolution still grinding his way through his farm down there on the bottom.
Now that the Drow Ranger is level 6, they get even more damage. Oh, they just smoked. Probably want to get some dual damage on bottom.
Looks to be the possible plan here.
Raz,
Frev
easy
looking
hero-
like he doesn't have a lot, you know. Oh, I'm just a Legion Commander with low mana.
I bet, or Weeha's got to be quick on the call. He sees the creep wave. Nobody's here. Should
But
be calling for them to
already
back, but it's too
the
late.
move is made just like that. Resolution tries to go for a TP, but of course the walk-up duel is going to be there. Resolution
Oh, he
goes
barely
down.
had mana. Look at the mana on Legion Commander.
Ooh. He had the mana going in. Did he lose or spend a bit of it? Oh.
He did he throw down
Overwhelming Gods? Yeah.
I guess so, yeah, right before. Well, luckily for him, they do have the mana to get the duel off, and will secure a nice Drow pickoff that happens faster than Planet Odd are going to be able to communicate. Poor Dubu here trying to work with the pole camp so he can farm up, get some more tools to work with.
It's going to go drums first on Wind Ranger.
Good choice.
Fighting build, I like it.
Oh
Forev
man,
in trouble?
Misery spotted out Dubu, while also Forev, as you mentioned, we catch the back end of that one, goes down in the bottom lane, getting caught up by Misery with his own rotation down there. Very nicely done. New coil set up. Will lead to the Legion Commander takedown. All the meanwhile, Misery was able to bully Dubu out from that top lane.
And Sox is actually level 5. Probably was a part of that kill. Oh, Mason's dead.
Where? Up here? Yeah. He's in trouble. Hiding within the trees. Drops down the call down, but he gets swarmed in from Misery and Moon. Now Abed's going to be forced to rotate over. It looks like they've been able to target out Misery. Need a little bit more, and they will get it. Oh, Bulba dished out the stun, but it came up just a bit short on grabbing a hold of Moon there.
Still a good trade for Planet Odd. Puck is level 9. Sax is getting close to that level 6, right? Good levels on him. He was pulling a lot on bottom and was part of one kill.
He's super
Went
close
mid
to
after they
6.
got that kill and got some solo experience before Weeha joined him.
Yeah, he immediately actually TP'd to get that XP because the lane was pushing until we comes back to the lane.
Yeah, it's cool. It's all very
Effective.
efficient for the supports.
Tower down. It's gonna be really
Closing
hot.
that XP gap between two teams.
New
Gap.
smoke. Oh, and they might cross right with Forev. Ooh, whoa, he's trying to juke around.
Wrong
but
way.
Yeah, it doesn't go the correct way. Ends up getting hit with that stun, silenced up. Coil even going to be committed there at the end to help secure it.
And Moon Meander's focus firing tier 1 tower. Gonna be caught though.
Yeah, he gets the shackle off, but there's a shackle of Dubu's zone that he'll be able to dish out onto Moon and help him get the kill finally. DC are getting kills across the map here a bit, but does still feel like this is odds early game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that their DC safe lane got run over so heavily by Misery and Moon. Just pressure on the gyrocopter. Dubu died a bunch of times.
Oh, that Buck has a Blink Dagger in 200 gold. Plus Rock is online. They can just start pushing as 5. Gyro has no items. Rasta just picked up 6. Next assassin is pretty underleveled, I guess. Level 4 probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
never
actually almost
mind.
6.
They need to be careful if they want to commit to a 5-man push. They need to get some sentries up.
They begin to make their move here. It looks like it's going to be going down before DC could get help nearby. So free tier 1 there for Planet Odd. Nice grab, and they'll double back here. Oh, harsh shot, but yeah, no smoke or heavy movement here coming out from the DC staff just yet. Straight to Boots of Travel. It looks like it's going to be here for Abed, kind of a similar pickup. We were talking a lot about Ember in a couple of the other games here, about his... dodges out the stun. Coil has to be committed here onto Abed. He wants to rend it in and go for Wii, but can't quite get it. Wee's going to be
Very
able
close,
to live on,
though.
but yeah, super close. Even with people getting up in his face, he's able to take him down. But I was going to say, Abed, do you think he's going to veer on the side of more of a defensive item build-up this game?
Against
or
2 silences, Puck,
He
Drow,
has to.
he needs to. Yule
Yeah.
Scepter is my choice probably, especially it removes also Slaughter ult. Can dodge Shackle as well.
We'll see if it's something he kind of queues up after the Boots of Travel get completed here, which he's really close to, just 200 gold.
Well, if he feels comfortable, he might go for something else. He has Legion Commander press the attack to remove one of the silences if it's not used. But there's no other save.
Hard movement up top here comes out from Planet Odd. They're looking to commit on in and take out a tier 1. And then they'll have all 3 cleared out. Just going from objective to objective, and I guess that's kind of what you do when you have a draw lineup after all.
Yeah, they're chaining away their own safe lane tower as well as kind of a push at mid. The wards have been dropped from the Shadow Shaman. Those are going to take that, so that wasn't actually worth it for Planet Odd.
Yeah, they even lost the bottom tower as
Oh,
well,
nice.
the Legion Commander.
Nice deny, but it will cost him his life for it. They walk in with the easy chain setup and will take him down. A call down
Misery
going to be
too?
committed for that. Bulba manages to connect out the stun, gets a good hit of Mana Leak, and now it's going to be Misery. So a tower +2, all going the way of DC here.
But yeah, that was actually DC outmaneuvering Planet Odd for sure.
Oh, look at the Wind Ranger. She's so far, then going for Road of Aetas against Ember Spirit to lock him down with the root.
Yeah, it's a cool choice.
Yeah, he knows he has the damage already with Draw Aura, so be a little more flexible with this.
The Planet Odd needs to find an opening, a good big team fight with that Blink Dagger on Puck and the Rock still not used. Misery needs to also farm his Blink Dagger to have extra sort of initiation for that Ember Spirit.
And a Shadow Blade possibly here in queue for Resolution to come out. We've seen Drows go for that. We've seen Drows go for Dragonlance. Does the Shadow Blade pickup feel like the smarter pickup? Is it more of a defensive kind of a thing?
It's great versus Ember Spirit. If you look at this,
It's more of aggressive than defensive build.
yeah,
Okay. So you're looking at it in a way for them to be able to make setup plays on like a split pushing Ember or
Yeah,
something like that?
catch the back lines, I guess. Maybe
Catch back lines.
it's just like that Nyx Assassin pick
Yeah.
versus Ember Spirit. It means that Ember Spirit, like, he can't do his split pushing nonsense. It's like grabbing a stun that goes through Magic Immunity against Juggernaut. Just limits the way that the hero can be played.
Commitment here from Odd. They're moving as a caravan all the way up towards Farev's position, and it looks like it's going to be a successful
Can they kill him
gank.
before the Blink Dagger? No,
Nope.
he just got it.
But they will sweat it out a bit to kind of get a hold of Farev as he hides within the trees, drops into evolving odds, and then finally they'll be able to get a hold of a Moon. Gets the last hit on that one, but as you guys were talking about, they didn't get it early enough to stop him from finishing out the Blink Dagger. Meanwhile, mid lane,
him out.
Weehaw making a move.
Right.
Close.
This is there to try to shove him back, but could not push him far enough to snap the coil and stop the TP. Cute bit of synergy there, but yeah, not enough push pressure.
Push pressure.
Maybe at level 25 he'll go for the 400 gust distance knockback just for such an occasion.
Yeah, Puck gets Aghanim Scepter and pushes them out with
All of
with
them.
Gust. Yeah,
Incredible.
We laugh, but you know.
but it might
Yeah,
happen.
It might be new
Yeah.
meta. Careful. Snakes committed in the bottom lane. Yeah. Dubu looking to go for a tier 2 tower. It's good though. I mean, I remember not long ago we were casting a Shao Shaman game and we were talking about how that Shaman never seemed to use his wards, never seemed to kind of be, you know, pressuring the opponent and forcing him to keep coming across the map. And here, he drops one set of wards and he might actually just end up getting the whole tower. Looks like they will.
So she
Hex on the way back as Misery's trying to commit in. They will get the deny at the end, but look at that. I mean, they force everyone from Odd all the way down here to the bottom lane, and Odd are not going to get the grab on anything.
And meanwhile, Mason's just farming away mid.
M
trying to
God.
catch up.
Belt of Strength, Ogre Club. Seems like a SNY kind of a build-up.
Mason's an SNY kind of guy.
SNY kind of guy.
Why?
That just sounds like a terrible shirt I should see at TI. I'm just an SNY kind of a guy.
Likes to
They know
move-
Roshan's going on. But they're not immediately colliding in there.
I mean, Mason's nearby. He's got called down,
They're giving it up.
but
they know
yeah.
Rust doesn't have wards, but I don't know if they can fight there. Frog probably means no.
Double no. Planet I get their Roche, get their Aegis, give to Resolution, and head right back off and into their grind here. Resolution after the Shadowblade. We'll have that Dragonlance in queue next, though. And how about our boy Moon here? He's got the staff build up for the Rada Atos. And Misery's just got a couple of 100 golds away from getting that Blink Dagger complete.
So if frog means no, does that mean charge means yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Charge.
Charge. Yeah. Good one, Dakota.
Kill Misery! Jump in duel as the Slardar pops into the lane. Weehaw tries to help him out. He's like, oh, this is such a good opportunity
They're
for a
only
big
three.
three-man coil and a big three-man rock, a three-man
Oh,
orb.
the fatal bond.
And it's just so much that damage being spread around all juicy like that. Planet Odd taking a monster turnaround fight. Can they get all of them down? Abed gonna get dropped here. Now Weehaw looking to go for the next target for Rev. Super low here.
Moonmander's here.
Got him. Shoots him
Sniped.
down. 3 for 1 trade. What a beautiful setup. Weehaw jumping in, getting the silence, the three-man coil, the three-man rock and such.
They were hesitating about whether they want to go or not. Probably someone showed on the lane, so they decided to go with the rock. Coil was already used. Saxo was really careful whether he wants to use it or not.
Good read by Mason.
He steps away. They try to scan for where he might have gone, but the scan will miss.
Yeah, it was pretty fast from Odd, right? They just killed that bottom lane. They just swept through straight to top lane, cut out any split pushing, and potentially catch a hero, which they will with Dubu. Or not.
Oh, very
JK.
close.
Close, close, close.
This Windrunner is so farmed.
Yeah, she's got that rod now done, and is queuing up a BKB for the next item here.
Doesn't that feel a little awkward?
Why? What?
Atos into BKB.
She's
super
so tanky
strong.
with it and can stand in the ulti.
Okay, Mason's
From,
in trouble. He has to dish out the
Gyro.
call down here. Power shots from across the river, but now moving from Bulba to look to go for the finish onto Rezo, who does have that Aegis, but then the turnaround. Coil going to be going down. Bulba gets crushed into oblivion here. He's going to be taken out for about 20 seconds. Now the movement from Abed. They're going to be able to drop the wards, surround Misery, and get the finish. And that is when Planet Odd decide to split. Resolution
Almost gets him.
incredibly low. They couldn't even finish off that Aegis life.
I don't the end of the day, it's a 4 position for a 4 position. Wards committed.
Now they can push. Still have a Aegis on.
Push, get some tier 2s down.
By push, I don't mean using Gust. I mean gathering up as 5 and taking the objectives.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Puck looks like he's.
And there's the
getting
old scepter.
Yep. And Lincoln Sphere, so double protection, double defensive pickups here for Abad. Straight to that before any extra hefty damage coming out. And Otter across the river, like you were talking about. They have the Aegis still to work with, and they know that Serpent Wards are down. This is Odd's best chance to kind of advance the game on forward here. And you know what they say, you got the draw lineup, you're playing with the clock a bit.
There's
So
no clockwork.
playing with the game clock.
Against the watch.
Sure.
Nice watch there, Charlie.
A nice watch that maybe Charlie has that you want to buy also.
He already bought it.
Yeah.
So look. Oh.
Okay,
Bulba gets
Gus.
caught out.
Yep, the sentry's there. Unfortunate for Bulba, but he will get picked off trying to scout things out on what Odd are up to.
What's the skill build on Saxa?
He is over here, and he currently has a 3-3-2 build.
He went for 2-2 build at the start. Now he's maxing the first one.
Fatal Bonds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of 5-on-5 team fights.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
I like how
Oh,
Oh, is that really
oh
worth it?
goodness. Well, I guess his team's coming,
Nice.
so figures why not. And because it's the Ember Spirit of all people, he's got the Yules. Can he Yules himself out of this jam? No. That makes the Rock feel worth it for sure.
It didn't have a remnant to jump to after, and
It got Mason.
Oh, he went for the Arcane Rune. He gets hit with the Rod, and then it gets handled. Bulba moves in, but it's just a bit too late, and this can turn into a one-on-one feed sesh coming out by DC, and it will. Bulba also gets down. And look at this. They're trying to frantically run on over and cut off where Ferev's positioning is, but Ferev is going to take the safer road to the side shop and be able to make it out.
I like what Odd is doing a lot here. They get one kill, move down, TP
Immediately,
Yeah,
yeah.
immediately look for another. They don't stop to farm. They don't stop to do anything.
They don't want to lose the momentum they have. Even though the Rock is on cooldown, I don't think they're going to commit to another team fight before the Rock is online. But still, they can get a pickoffs with Shadowblade and with Moon Meander.
Double TP's in here, coming out from Odd, as they are going to get right back to moving forward here. Top lane seems to be on the docket.
So they know where he is.
Heading right on through and straight to where Ferev's positioning is, and Abed's also nearby. Goes for the slight, and good timing, but oh no! Jumps right back into the open arms of Odd.
Misery juking him so hard with those fake spells.
And they're not done yet. Looking to go for Dubu. Dubu's going to have to get the purge here from Ferev, but he is just going to zap down the wave, knowing that his life is over. He will try his best to slow down the momentum of Planet Odd, but they are already here outside the front door and looking to make some moves onto this tier 3 and possibly the racks. But Mason will try to slow him down, dishes out the call down. Nice dodge of the stun there coming out from Bulba.
Yeah, they're not giving DC the chance to collect themselves and go for a gank themselves.
Kill that.
Just
Yeah,
constantly
DC's
chaining the
lineup is
feeds.
not good 5-on-5. They have a lineup that can gank with Nyx, with Legion Commander. After they get a kill, then they can take objectives.
Looks like they're not satisfied hanging around mid lane much longer, and they head all the way back down bottom perhaps. Still have a couple of tier 2s on the outer lanes to work with. And we'll see if DC are just going to have to wait indoors defensively, or are they gathering up for a smoke play? I see a smoke here on Bulba Boy, but not taking the initiative of rolling out with a game plan quite yet.
I don't think they can fight until they have BKB on Gyrocopter. Maybe they
Yeah,
can
but look
turn
at the
game
damage
around
on
at that
Gyro.
point.
He goes for drums, Aquila, or casual Sunge, then BKB. He deals no damage still. That hero needs so much to come online. Even if you use a press the attack level 4
Yeah.
on him, he still doesn't deal any significant right-click damage.
There's not a lot of damage pretty much on the team at the moment. I mean, Ember is pretty heavy in the magical side of things right now.
But he doesn't have a veil.
Yeah, no veil. I mean, even the Warlock has a hood. Is he going to be picking up a pipe too?
Yeah, probably.
Wind Ranger's got a buttload of life. Drow Shadow Blade with a Dragon Lance. Like these are not burstable targets here on the side of Planet Odd.
Unburstable damage heroes.
Unburstable damage heroes.
How dare you guys disrespect Grant like that? Making fun of his.
We're not making
catchphrase.
fun.
We're
We're
not
just
making fun.
enhancing.
If anything, this is a tribute to Grant.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're just
I
privy to
hear
his
the
ways.
mocking tone in your voice.
I would never mock Grant.
Uh-huh.
Listen, just because Lacoste always sounds sarcastic, that's just who he is.
Yeah, it's just European humor.
I've got a douchey-looking face. Lacoste has a sarcastic-sounding voice. You know, we are who we are, Charlie. Try not to judge us so much.
Why are you judging us?
Yeah, Jesus, dude.
Okay, here comes
So,
Bulba.
Sorry, guys.
Moving, don't worry, guys. Moving in. Oh,
God.
Resolution has been spotted out.
Oh,
they
God.
move in, dish out everything they can to get her, but she's still fine and just walks on away. Meanwhile, it's going to be Mason under huge pressure here. The Shackle holding down Weehaw out of the fight as much as possible while they put a lot of the pressure onto Moon, but he is still so very tanky and is just on the run from this homing missile. On the other side, it's going to be Saksa throwing his body into the fight here, and will end up going down.
They even gave dual damage to Drow Ranger. She survived somehow.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
just
she's so tanky.
I can't believe it.
insane amount dropped in that area.
And the Misery also used ulti on Gyro before he died. Focus fire from Wind Ranger. It just melts a hero.
They have to survive. They have to build to survive. But then in moments like that, you just realize they just don't have the firepower, though, unfortunately.
And the sad part is, like, they picked this Ember Spirit to be able to fight and do some split pushing too as well, but they haven't been able to fight into Planet Odd as much as they would have liked to. So now we're looking at it, it's like it would have been better if they had a more better scaling mid, because at least we would have this sort of deadline for Planet Odd. Like, no matter how well you're doing in the game, you still have to push high ground and end the game before this, you know, hero, whatever hero that is.
Yeah,
to come online.
we mentioned during the picks that he's gonna have a hard time playing against two silences, and yeah, you can see why. Also, he got pretty destroyed in the lane. They couldn't take any towers early on, so his items are not as good as Puck's.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on him to do things around the map just because his lane was the one that did the most okay, like went the most even.
Yeah.
DC's safe lane just got, you know, it got destroyed.
Now after Odd, secure an easy Roche. They hand off the Aegis to Drow Ranger Resolution, and they get right back on the objective path here, running up and into DC neck of the woods. And they know they have at least another tier 2 that they can take down with for easy money. It's just DC trying to stall things out as best they can. They'll pressure the bottom lane, force Planet Odd back so they can't just go right in for the jugular, and just try to hope that they can hit their own timings. And wait things out like the Lincoln Sphere to be online and finished, and Gyrocopter's Halberd apparently also going to be coming together. Again, doesn't add a lot to the damage, but might nerf down a bit of the damage from Planet Odd side.
Yeah, he's
Cap, what do you think about Hex as an item? That item is so expensive and you don't get much from it. Plus you can remove it with an item that it's a Lotus Orb or whatever. They didn't need to do something about sight.
Yes.
All right.
Damn!
I
more
would have
insight.
I would have said
You would've said
exactly
the
that,
same,
right?
yeah.
It's like an old item that, like, as they add in new
Outdated
items,
item.
it's just become outdated.
Yeah, roots are cool now. Like we like getting roots and Lotus Orbs and
Like you barely see it on any hero.
Yeah. Despite the fact that we have all these heroes that would actually fit very well into Sight Device. Puck, Lina,
Yeah.
Quap, all have a lot of value to Sight Device, but they
Yeah, I
don't get
mentioned it
for a
because
reason.
Puck has one queued up.
Yeah.
all right. Now it's time for DC to spam things out, prevent Planet Odd from creeping their way from inside the base. But you know, Resolution's got the range to work with, so he'll siege away from the low ground with that extra life. Still no Shadow Shaman here. Dubu doing his own split push thing, taking his time, as he needs 30 seconds before wards are even back up and at the ready.
Well, DC is gonna lose the game if they just keep doing this. They need to initiate, try to go risk it, go from behind, take down Warlock if possible, because Warlock has a pipe, they have Aegis and the cheese.
Trying to buy time for Shadow Shaman to take the tier 2 at top.
Okay, there's the move. It's going to be Warlock dropping down the rock, getting it right onto the head of Mason. Mason sends down his own call down.
Well, if Shadow Shaman uses ulti on top lane, they won't be able to fight. They don't have any damage dealer. They will just lose the Raxus and lose the game.
He's making his way there.
The rock used, I don't think Planet Odd should fight this anymore.
They're still bursting through the wave and hanging around. He didn't end up dropping the wards. In fact, he ended up returning to the mid lane instead. Moon pops his BKB and runs on back after they clear out the tier 3. And it looks like that's all that Planet Odd had wanted. And now that means they can get shrines. More money.
DC's going to fight him for that shrine.
Looks like it.
Give it up
A
easy.
run in that way. Moving right in already. There's going to be the chains locked down. It's Resolution, the one to scout out the pack first. Rocket's already on the route, but Abed has spotted out Saksa here. The weak little support who already committed his rock is going to be turned into damage now for Forev, bumping him up to just 34, while Planet Odd have already taken their leave. But that it's not going to help defend the shrine. They're still going to get the shrine down. Just a simple pick for DC, and they'll be awarded, you know, a little bit more time before they're going to be pressured into another high ground defense. But do you suppose they try to do anything within this window of time while there is no rock available?
No, they should just continue farming, try not to die, get some more items online, especially on Gyro, because they don't have much at the moment.
Well, Ember trying to farm in the bottom lane
Nice
here.
dodge.
Oh, dodges his way out. The coil had been committed for that one too.
That might
this
be
is
tier
risky.
'cause coil.
Yeah, this is risky, but they need to do these kinds of plays to get back into the game. Just buy some time. There were 4 heroes on bottom. Now they can just probably take the top tower and go to their forest and continue farming.
Wind Ranger sees the wards as big old gold cash.
Yeah, there's just so much damage locking on DC side right now. Ember had to build completely defensive. Same with Gyro.
Shaman's going for an Agnums.
Forev's got nothing.
This lineup will eventually start falling out for Planet Odd, but it's really the Wind Ranger that was the kind of surprise last pick that really increases the longevity of this lineup. It created so many issues, right? It wins the off lane. It single-handedly can take towers as well, which is pretty rare for the off laners with Drow Ranger lineups, but I think it's a nice little twist that gives this lineup a lot more power. Doesn't have to 5-man as often. And now it also gives this really intense scaling where Gyrocopter, Ember Spirit, these heroes are always going to have a problem with the late game Wind Ranger because it's such intense single target damage mixed with disable.
Here comes Planet on the move now. Just as Rock is coming back up online and they know that the Serpent Wards are down, it looks like they are taking their advancement in. They plant a ward pretty deep over here to watch the bottom lane out and wait to the high ground side of things to see if anyone from DC side are going to be overstepping their boundaries a bit. A quick pick punish could earn them those mid racks rather easily.
This is how you should play Shadow Shaman support, by the way. We saw some Shadow Shamans, like, when they're losing the game, they're playing like defensively with their team all the time. Don't do that.
No.
Like, you are special as a support. You know, like, the Shadow Shaman's a special support.
Yeah,
in
you
that
don't
deck.
eat glue, but you're special.
Yeah. Like, he's not a Grant, but he can actually take tier 3 towers by himself. So he needs to make sure that one of these side lanes are always pushed out for him to have that kind of threatening power.
And that threatening power is helping prolong this game a bit for DC here.
Yeah, they're dragging the game. It's good for DC as long as the game lasts longer. Still,
he's gonna have items
needs
soon.
yeah. Abed still needs one more item. He's going for Radiance, what it seems to be. Good choice against those right clickers.
Yeah.
And the SMY to be complete now that the halberd's done.
He's not gonna use it yet. He needs to have gold for Butterfly. if he wants to do that. He might actually switch to MKB before because of the Wind Ranger, and Slardar seems to be building a Solar Crest.
Yep.
What a sharp eye, huh?
Yeah. Cardo sharp eye. Planet Odd have been resided inside DC's woods here for like the past almost 5 minutes, it feels. Just farming through the jungle here, figuring that they are taking that all away from DC. But DC have slowly crept their way through this top lane now between Abed and Dubu.
Yeah, I mean, this gold lead, normally when you have this kind of lead, it's supposed to grow and grow and grow because you're controlling so much of the map, but Digital Chaos have done a good job of making sure it's not completely gotten out of control. That's what I would say. You know, 11K is like, what, 2 bad team fights? Maybe even 1 in a Roshan?
Yep. And this is that magic time where, you know, you got a Drow lineup, it's 35 minutes in, she's cool, but like, you know, it's a Drow Ranger. You always have fear in the late game that she kind of fizzles out a little bit. So I'm curious about the sense of urgency here from Odd or Not. They have Rock, they have everything up and at the ready. Do you suppose there's just something special they're waiting for? I mean, I guess it looks like the Roche is not going to be too far off.
They're having a lot of problems with the split push, that's why. They have good catch heroes. Okay, Misery actually went for Shadowblade. This is when those Shadowblades pays off pretty much. I saw it a few times because they're split pushing so hard, especially against a hero like Ember Spirit. He just needs to be there. It's insta-stun.
Is this
You
where
just need one more
Shadowblade pays
hero.
off? Yeah, it might catch that pesky Dubu. Oh, he shows himself, but Dubu's going to be able to turn and get the Hex off. Oh, God, good luck getting out of this one. They
Whoa.
dropped the rock and everything. So much hate for poor little Shadow Shaman. Well, I guess they're going to
I don't
run.
think that's terrible.
They're going to run this down the bottom lane now that they committed the rock.
I try and want to get something out of this, but like,
Not sure if they will. It's Roshan, maybe.
It is up, right?
Yeah,
It's
it
up
is.
now, yeah.
And the Radiance is up.
Shadowblade to the left-hand side. See if we can catch somebody.
it seems like DC is caught on to Odd's movements. They know that they're just like running back and forth trying to catch heroes out.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit more confident for DC as this game ticks on here. Odd are timid as they move in. BKB on the docket here for resolution, but they would love to be able to kind of clean out the Roche nearby.
There's the SNY you were talking about.
Yeah, SNY is done. Oh, he split apart the halberd? It looks like.
Yeah, soon for the butterfly.
I don't think that's
part.
worth it until you have a gold. What's the purpose of it? You don't have a disarm, that's it.
Yeah, you should keep the halberd until you have
Yeah.
butterfly. Yeah, I agree. The I think you know what Planet Odd's doing, right? You know they're moving this 5-man back and forth very rapidly, trying to catch your split push and everything.
I mean, you still get the evasion for yourself, but you don't have the disarm ability.
And the disarm is like, you have 2 heroes that disarm is really
5.5
good
seconds ranged, yeah.
I think at some point Digital Chaos are going to have to set up some sort of like trap almost. I'm not sure how, because like their split push is going to get caught, right? They have to find a way to punish Planet
Okay,
Odd
he
for
built
what
it
they're doing.
again. Someone
He went
told
back.
him, you don't need to disassemble it yet.
Hey, idiot. What do you do? That was Bulba, not me.
Rush to the bottom lane. That Dubu is somewhere in here, and they're going to find him.
Wrong call.
Dubu's like,
Dubu's
The
here
hunt for
somewhere.
DC Dubu.
Ah! Oh!
oh,
They
just
just-
out of it.
Drop the coil, I dare you. No.
Drop a rock on
Drop a
cooldown,
rock.
sadly.
Aw. Dubu makes it out. Mission Dubu successful for now.
DC immediately funneling through the top lane. Planet Odd got a 5-man up through the top lane, but this time around DC might actually fight them on a high ground area or something. I think that's how you change the tempo of the game, right? You don't let Planet Odd do the same thing over and over and over again. You punish them. They're gonna get
Surely.
lazy.
They need to have that Slardar +1 at the right position.
Yeah, this doesn't look like the right position.
This looks like the right position
Or
for the Slardar.
yeah, Planet Odd. Yeah, this is not good for DC.
Come on.
10K reactions? No, there's going to be the Lincolns, but they will have plenty of follow-up to get that taken care of, and Dubu as well. Split push going to be punished here from the Shadowblade Gaming coming out of Planet Odd. And that's no buyback on Abed either. 70 seconds.
And
No
with the-
Ember Spirit.
The Aegis, that should be the call for go high ground.
Go,
Yep.
go, go, go. Rushing that way. Misery's there first.
This game could just end without too much of a clash, honestly.
Yeah, these are the Dota games you don't like then. It's a sad way to get closure, but that's how it works out sometimes. We'll see if Planet Odd can take it. Take the freebie here, going against what will be soon 4, as Ember needs 40 seconds more time. This is easy Rax mid lane. Glyph will slow him down a bit, but
It's gonna be one more side, easy. 34 seconds, they have enough damage.
Yeah, they should know Ember doesn't have buyback, or else he probably would have done it by now.
he has it now. He has it now. He just got it. It's 20 seconds still.
This is a tough decision for Abed. Does
Yeah.
he buy back now
No,
or
it's too
not?
late. I mean, if you would have bought back, you would have bought back like right now. Like as soon as it came back. Okay, or not. Buys back now when he thinks that maybe Odd might have overextended a bit. A jump-in duel's going to be there for Wee. They're going to go for the finish. They get it with the help of the Abed. Makes it feel well worth to go for the buyback at that point. Resolution, though, is able to kind of get the cleanup onto Dubu. We watch the chase. A turnaround for Moose. He tries to focus fire and take out Forev. Can't quite get it. Eventually, they will get
Team
the upper
ditched him.
hand and take him down. It's a 3-for-1 trade. Well,
That
two
was super cool because the way DC set that up is that they had this wraparound with the 2 supports, and that's why he wasn't buying back yet. He needed to wait for the supports to be in a position to get the immediate catch, right? Like, you know, these heroes are immediately just going to run away, right? So you need to make sure you actually have the catch as the buyback comes
Yeah.
in immediately.
Yeah.
So the buyback times with the 2 supports initiating, and then they just kind of end up running over Planet Odd as a result.
When the enemy team sees that you bought back, they immediately go back. So you need to have some kind of catch. They managed to Warlock, nice.
Crimson Guard Warlock.
They managed
Nice.
to get the gem off the puck.
Oh, that's big. Because their split pushing has been pretty lackluster, like what they've actually managed to get results-wise with the split pushing, because their wards never last. So they had to play super scared, or they end up getting caught.
So what would you say the odds are now for a team like DC? Are we at like still favorable for Planet Odd at this point in the game, or is it getting later enough that DC are going to be starting to kind of show up?
Oh, with MKB finished, they can even focus the Wind Rangers. Can't do that much in a team fight. Just stand freely. Even with an BKB popped, Gyro just starting to grow as a damage dealer right now. Well, what is the level on Gyro? 23. Well, he's getting close to that level 25.
Yeah. We do have the 25 on the Ember Spirit now. It's a big one.
Shackle somewhere.
Just on a creep, dude. Nothing too exciting.
Ancients.
Moon farming his way out there, had that Axe done, and he's going for his own MKB. Going to be the true right clicker of his team. But they now smoke, and they move on out here. We still got near 3 minutes before the Roche comes up, but Odd are possibly coming across a big opportunity. They find Bulba nearby and in the pit. Mason comes in and says, okay, hold on a second. There's a lot of Odd members there. Tries to 180 and run the other direction, but they've spotted him out. Catch him with the rod. He's going to be forced to BKB. Finally, Abed's there to step in, but they want to make sure they get this one done. So they move in with the rock, and they'll finally get the finish. And Abed trying to commit in with his buddy Forev. Forev looking to go for the front. Abed in the back. They move in for Forev, and they just swarm it on home. Meanwhile, look at Dubu down here. He's got wards. Drops him down and looks to go for the tier 3. So what are you going to do, Planet Odd? What are you going to do?
End the game.
And the game. Warlock goes back because, no, honestly,
He
he already
used all
dropped
of his
rock.
spells. Yeah.
And it's just Dubu.
Just Dubu. Otter running towards the top lane here, trying to get the grab for Abed, who's already back inside the base, but Resolution, they're waiting for him. Pops out the Gust. A couple of right clicks, but he just simply goes in for the Yules. Cheese going to be gobbled down. Resolution back to full. Nice quick rift there. He tries to purge it off a bit, but the shackle shot will lock him down in place. 100 seconds without a buyback. It's going to be all on Mason now, but Mason already locked in his spot. The flag cannon coming out right now, but eventually they will surround him, and he will get dropped. 96 seconds for both of them, it would appear, and that is going to do it, gentlemen. We're going to a game number 3 for this playoff match. Good stuff.
Good times.
Yeah, this is what everyone likes to see. Game number 3 in the playoffs.
Hopefully not a one-sided game.
Yeah.
I would say both game 1 and game 2 are. We could kind of see where the momentum was going.
I want to see some constant clashes, some CIS Dota, some people running at people.
It's what we all want, but it's tough because these players are just, they're stressed, they're anxious. It's TI, for God's sake. So
Yeah, maybe you need one of those games where you just let it all out. It's double elimination,
I
right?
mean,
You got
that's
a
the way
lower
NP
bracket.
got in there, right?
let it
Jackie
out
Mao
of
let
you.
it all out of you.
For sure.
That was
Well,
exciting. I know we're getting a bit fatigued. It's a long day as we started things off with tiebreakers. So we'll cut to a break and we'll come back. We'll be energized and revitalized for the very hype game number 3 of Planet Odd versus Digital Chaos. This is Beyond the Summit's Hot Tub TI Machine. We'll see you soon.